Welcome to ZoomInData. As DBT projects move into enterprise environments, security and governance become critical to maintaining trust in data systems. In this video, we focus on DBT security, access control, and governance, which are essential concepts for building reliable and compliant analytics platforms. This session explains how DBT works with warehouse-level security, role-based access control, environment isolation, and governance practices such as documentation, lineage, and auditing. These topics are especially important for teams working with sensitive business data and production pipelines. Subscribe to ZoomInData for structured DBT learning, interview-focused content, and practical data engineering insights. Why is security important in DBT projects? Answer: DBT projects handle business-critical data. Unauthorized access can expose sensitive information. Security ensures data confidentiality and integrity. It supports compliance and trust. How does DBT handle access control? Answer: DBT relies on the data warehouse for access control. Roles and permissions are managed at the database level. DBT respects warehouse security rules. This ensures centralized control. What is role-based access control in DBT? Answer: Role-based access control assigns permissions using roles. Users inherit access based on assigned roles. Simplifies permission management. Reduces security risks. How are credentials managed in DBT? Answer: Credentials are stored in profiles.yml. Sensitive information is excluded from version control. Environment variables are used for security. This prevents credential exposure. Why should profiles.yml not be committed to Git? Answer: It contains sensitive credentials. Committing it risks data exposure. Each user has different credentials. Security best practices recommend exclusion. How does DBT support environment isolation? Answer: DBT uses separate targets for environments. Development, staging, and production are isolated. This reduces accidental changes, improves deployment safety. What is data governance in DBT? Answer: Data governance ensures proper data usage. It defines ownership and accountability. DBT supports governance through documentation. Lineage improves transparency. How does DBT documentation support governance? Answer: Documentation explains models and metrics. Ownership information is clearly defined. Business users understand data meaning. Reduces misuse. What is model ownership in DBT? Answer: Model ownership assigns responsibility. Owners maintain quality and updates. Improves accountability. Supports governance processes. How does DBT support auditing? Answer: DBT stores run history and artifacts. Changes are tracked in version control. Logs provide execution evidence. Supports audit requirements. What is the role of version control in DBT governance? Answer: Version control tracks all changes. Enables code reviews. Prevents unauthorized modifications. Improves accountability. How does DBT handle sensitive data masking? Answer: Masking is handled at the warehouse level. DBT respects masked columns. Sensitive data remains protected. Security rules remain enforced. What is least privilege principle in DBT? Answer: Users receive only required permissions. Reduces security exposure. Prevents accidental data changes. Aligns with best practices. How does DBT support compliance requirements? Answer. Audit trails provide traceability. Documentation ensures transparency. Controlled deployments reduce risk. Supports regulatory standards. What is schema-level security in DBT? Answer. Access is controlled at schema level. Different teams access different schemas. Prevents unauthorized data exposure. Improves organizational security. How does DBT manage production deployments securely? Answer. Separate environments prevent accidental runs. C checks validate changes. Controlled access limits production changes. Reduces operational risk. What is the role of CI/CD in DBT governance? Answer. CI/CD enforces testing before deployment. Ensures only approved changes reach production. Reduces human error. Improves reliability. How does DBT help maintain data trust? Answer. Consistent transformations reduce errors. Documentation clarifies definitions. Lineage shows data flow. Stakeholders trust outputs. What is column-level security in DBT? Answer. Column-level access is managed by the warehouse. DBT respects these rules. Sensitive columns are protected. Supports privacy requirements. How does DBT handle secrets management? Answer. Secrets are stored outside code. Environment variables are used. Prevents accidental exposure. Enhances security. How does DBT enforce standardization? Answer. Naming conventions are followed. Shared macros enforce patterns. Documentation standards improve clarity. Consistency is maintained. What is the role of lineage in DBT governance? Answer. Lineage shows upstream and downstream dependencies. Helps assess impact of changes. Improves transparency. Supports governance decisions. How does DBT help reduce operational risk? Answer. Isolated environments prevent accidents. Testing catches errors early. Access control limits damage. Operations remain stable. Why is governance important for analytics teams? Answer. Governance ensures reliable data usage. Prevents misuse and misinterpretation. Improves collaboration. Builds long-term trust. Why is DBT security and governance important for interviews? Answer. Interviewers expect production knowledge. Security reflects maturity. Governance shows real-world experience. Strong answers stand out. Thank you for watching ZoomInData. Please subscribe and follow for more content. If you want more questions on real-time projects, contact ZoomInData. Subscribe.